You wanted to see me?
You're the owner? Asked Castor.
Dealer Dan Akizian, the man himself. What's on your mind, boys? Time is money.
Your secretary told you, Castor said ungraciously. Spaceships. Dealer Dan took his cigar out of his mouth and examined it.
Really? What would you boys want with a spaceship?
Pollux muttered something. Castor said, Do you usually do business out here? He glanced at the girl. Akizian followed his glance.
My mistake. Come inside.
He opened the gate for them, led them into his office, and seated them. He ceremoniously offered them cigars. The boys refused politely.
Now out with it, kids. Let's not joke.
Castor repeated, Spaceships. He pursed his lips.
A luxury liner, maybe? I haven't got one on the field at the moment, but I can always broker a deal.
Pollux stood up. He's making fun of us, Cass. Let's go see the Hungarian. Wait a moment, Paul. Mr. Akizian, you've got a heap out there on the south side of the field, a Class 7 Model 93 Detroiter. What's your scrap metal price on her, and what does she mass?
The dealer looked surprised. That sweet little job? Why, I couldn't afford to let that go as scrap. And anyhow, even at scrap, that would come to a lot of money. If it is metal you boys want, I got it. Just tell me how much and what sort.
We were talking about that Detroiter.
I don't believe I've met you boys before.
Sorry, sir. I'm Castor Stone. This is my brother, Pollux.
Glad to meet you, Mr. Stone.
Stone?
Stone? Any relation to the unheavenly twins? That's it.
Smile when you say that, said Pollux. Shut up, Paul. We're the Stone twins.
The frost-proof rebreather valve. You invented it, didn't you?
That's right.
Say, I got one in my own suit. A good gimmick. You boys are quite the mechanics.
He looked them over again.
Maybe you were really serious about a ship.
Of course we were.
You're not looking for scrap. You want something to get around in. I've got just the job for you. A General Motors jump bug, practically new. It's been out on one grubstake job to a couple of thorium prospectors, and I had to reclaim it. The hold ain't even radioactive.
Not interested.
Better look at it. Automatic landing, and 3 hops takes you right around the equator. Just the thing for a couple of lively, active boys.
About that Detroiter, what's your scrap price? Akizian looked hurt.
That's a deep space vessel, son. It's no use to you as a ship. And I can't let it go for scrap. That's a clean job. It was a family yacht, never been pushed over 6G, never had an emergency landing. It's got hundreds of millions of miles still in it. I couldn't let you scrap that ship, even if you were to pay me the factory price. It would be a shame. I love ships. Now take this jump bug.
You can't sell that Detroiter as anything but scrap, Castor answered. It's been sitting there 2 years that I know of. If you had hoped to sell her as a ship, you wouldn't have salvaged the computer. She's pitted, her tubes are no good, and an overhaul would cost more than she's worth. Now, what's her scrap price? Dealer Dan rocked back and forth in his chair. He seemed to be suffering.
Scrap that ship? Just fuel her up and she's ready to go. Venus, Mars, even the Jovian satellites.
What's your cash price?
Cash?
Cash. Akizian hesitated, then mentioned a price. Castor stood up and said, You were right, Pollux. Let's go see the Hungarian. The dealer looked pained.
If I were to write it off for my own use, I couldn't cut that price. Not in fairness to my partners.
Come on, Paul.
Look, boys, I can't let you go over to the Hungarians. They'll cheat you.
Pollux looked savage. Maybe he'll do it politely.
Shut up, Paul,
Castor went on. Sorry, Mr. Akizian. My brother isn't housebroken, but we can't do business. He stood up.
Wait a minute. That's a good valve you boys thought up. I use it. I feel I owe you something.
He named another and lower sum. Sorry, we can't afford it. He started to follow Pollux out.
Wait.
Akizian mentioned a third price.
Cash, he added.
Of course. And you pay the sales tax?
Well, for a cash deal, yes.
Good.
Sit down, gentlemen. I'll call in my girl and we'll start the papers.